Welcome to the Startup Funding Espresso. I'm Hall T. Martin, where we talk about how to raise funding and invest in startups and the time it takes to drink an espresso. If you have a question about startup funding or investing, please go to the website, startupfundingespresso.com, and type in your question into the chat bot in the lower right corner to receive an answer. I hope you enjoy this episode. Hello, this is Hall T. Martin with the Startup Funding Espresso, your daily shot of startup funding and investing. Founders answer many questions during the fundraise process. Here are some best practices in answering the investor's questions. Answer the question asked directly and to the point. Avoid long-winded stories. Anticipate what questions will be asked and have a response ready. If the question is unclear, then rephrase the question to see if that's what they are looking for. For example, when you ask about margin, are you asking about gross margin? Find out what they already know. For example, how familiar are you with AI generation systems? Avoid using acronyms in answering questions, but rather spell out all the terms. Ask if your response answers the question and giving them an opportunity to refine their question. Turn weak questions into good ones by expanding the answer to provide new and relevant information. Adjust the answer for the skill level of those asking. For example, if the investor is not a technical person, then provide a non-technical answer to questions using plain English. Use these best practices in answering investors' questions. Thank you for joining us for the Startup Funding Espresso, where we help startups and investors connect for funding. Let's go start listening to today. Hall T. Martin is the director of Investor Connect, which is a 501c3 nonprofit dedicated to the education of investors for early-stage funding. All opinions expressed by Hall and podcast guests are solely their own opinions and do not reflect the opinion of Investor Connect. This podcast is for informational purposes only and should not be relied upon as a basis for investment decisions.